first of all, why I have to mention the gateway to my network? Okay, I'll try to understand this. If you are not followed, then you tell me. So say this is my local area network. So where I have connected my systems. It's a general, if you go to any office, this is the general network things here. That means we have all the users are connected to one switch. This switch we call it as access switch. People are accessing that. And this
Hello,
is
sir. I'm audible.
for this I connect my total access network and my servers, my video conference equipment, my VoIP equipment, my routers, all these are connected to this one device. This device we call it as a core switch, which is connecting all the people, all the devices or all that, whatever the network below this is connected to this. Okay. So first of all, when I want to define a system, so suppose I want to define a system in the network. Okay. To define system in network, what are the main things is required?
Hello,
The
sir.
very
I'm
first
audible.
is I have to define what is the IP address.
Hello, sir. I'm audible.
Okay, which explains that where is this system, where is this desktop, or where is this laptop, and another is subnet mask. What is the purpose of subnet mask?
Hello,
Why?
sir. I'm audible.
Yeah, good evening. Tell me. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah. Can you hear me or not?
Yes, sir. I don't know, sir, what is happening to my microphone, Bluetooth microphone. I'm trying to say, but it's not working. So I'm
Okay,
using a PC microphone.
okay. Now is it fine? Can you hear
Yes,
me now?
yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Please listen to this. What is subnet mask?
Sir,
Why
actually,
have to use?
sir, can I tell?
Yeah.
Sir, actually, a subnet mask is divided into, I think, three or four classes. Every IP address have different class, and we have default subnet mask for every classes. Basically, a subnet mask is used in the case we don't have to use the different kind of IP address. With the help of this, we can make a
No, no,
diff
no, no, no. It's not correct. It's
in
not.
a public network. We can make a different IDs with the help of subnet mask, different network IDs.
There is no connection between subnet mask or whatever the answer you said. Suppose I have 10.0.0.50. My system IP is this. Okay. What is the network ID? What is host ID here?
The network ID is two blocks of the starting and host ID is last.
Check that. Don't be hurry. I given IP address is this 10.0.0.50. Say I increase the font. Suppose you have. Is it fine? Can you see this?
Yes.
Now, what is the network ID? Where is the host ID in this? Or I have given one more 192.168.0.50. Where is the network ID? Where is the host ID?
50 is the network host ID. 50.
Which one? First one or second?
So I think sir, in both of them, the first three are network and the last one is
Here
host.
or here?
Sir,
In this first three are network. In this first three are network. Don't think that I am testing you guys. Just I want to know because already Latif has given something. So I want to know what exactly you have understood on that. Yeah, tell me, some lady wants to speak.
So in first IP, 10 is a network ID and second is 192.168 is network ID maybe.
Only two?
I think the first three
First two
octet are
octet.
first three octet are network ID and last one is host ID.
Host ID. In this is network ID. Host ID is 0.0.50. You know that if it is a class A, I have to take one first is that. If it is class C, I have to take three numbers is. But how computer should know that which one is network ID, which one is host ID? Computer should understand I am coming from this network. I am coming from this network. So how it knows where is the network ID, where is the host ID? So for that, we are using one, what we call it as subnet mask. What is its purpose is it segregates the network ID and the host ID. That means it separates the network ID and host ID. It tells the computer that you have to take up to this network ID or up to this network ID, up to this network ID. Computer should understand now where is the network ID, where is the host ID. For that purpose, what we have done is in this, what we did is, sorry. And this what we have done is I want to segregate that network ID, host ID. So I am using this subnet mask. Wherever there is a network ID, below that you are writing 255. The remaining is 000. And here also the network ID is this 255.255.255.0. Then computer understand above this 255 is my network ID. Got this point? How it understand technically, how it gives that means technically this. You might have understood, you must be knowing that AND gate, OR gate like this, AND operation. Anybody knows what is AND operation? No
Yes,
or
sir.
don't?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No? Yeah, what it will do when all are 1, it will give
One.
1. Otherwise, it will be 0. Now you say, I will say instead of this 10 writing all in 10, say I'll take a 3-bit number. Say 111, which is equivalent to 7. And suppose I have 101. If I AND this, what I will get output? Output is what? 1 and 1, 1. 0 and 1 is 0. 1 and 1 is 1. This is the first case. Suppose I said I had taken 100. Then what output I'll get? 1001. This is AND operation. It will perform AND operation here. So what happens if it is all or ones? So that's why I'm using 255, which is all or ones. If I AND this address with this address, then what happen? I'll get only 10 output. This is 000. That means only you will get the output is what? 10. Suppose I said if it is like this, instead of 255, 255, then it is not 10 network, it is 10.0 network. So wherever above 255, whatever this 255, above this IP addresses, it will consider it as a network ID. Remaining is the host ID. So this is the purpose of the subnet mask, to segregate where is the network ID, where is the host ID. I am using this subnet mask. Clear? Clear or in any doubts in this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All are clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Himanshu, clear? Somebody
Yes.
said something so much of public IP, all those. There is no need of that. There is no relation at all. So I have to find some address. The system should know when it is transferring this ID, I am calling from 10. So it won't transfer total things. It should go to the host, should come to the host, network should go out. So to segregate where is the network ID, where is the host ID, I am using this subnet mask. This is the purpose of this subnet mask. Next is, suppose you say this is this. So your ID is this. Say another is here. Say this is 10 dot series and say another is in my network itself. I have two addresses. One is 10, another is 172.16 dot say 0.50.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, I
All can
wanted to
able to
ask,
see this and this one. Yeah,
sir,
somebody is asking.
sir, I wanted to ask that you are putting dot zero,
Yeah,
172.16.0.
yeah.
So from when the zero starts, that means that is the beginning of host ID.
This is the host IDs.
And it's valid
Zero.
for every IP address.
Yeah.
Is it valid for every IP address like you have given
Who said it is
examples?
not a valid IP?
Okay, so this is just an example, right?
This is the class B address. If you
Yes.
see my network, if you see my IP, says command from IP config. So what is my address? 172.16. Here nothing is there. Suppose here 0 is there, means it will be 0.174. This is the class B address. I am using this is the class B. So are you thinking that 172 I should not use here? For
So,
this
sir,
system, yeah, tell me what is your doubt? I have not understood. Why you are saying it is not a valid day?
no, sir. You were asking to us about the which is the host ID or which is the network ID inside the
Yeah,
IP address. So
okay.
that was the thing I was asking about. That from zero, when the zero is starting, so that means that it is the
Here
host ID.
you are
Yeah.
asking this.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
only in the first one only the 10 is the network, and in the
yeah,
second one all the first two is the
yeah.
network.
This is actually which address, which class? This is class A address.
Yes.
Class A, one is the network ID, remaining are three are the host IDs. That's why I have given 10.0.0.x. Okay, I'll give you why you have to give. What is IP address? Then I come for this. What is an IP address? Okay, just wait for a minute. I will get my headphones. Here I cannot hear properly for you. Okay, just a minute. Now you tell me what is IP address?
Sir,
Simple
it is
to
a 32-bit number
Mhm.
uh,
If
dividing into 4 octets by dot dot.
if you say number immediately, I will reject you in the interview. It's not a number. You should not say it's a number. Why you are calling it's an address? Address means what is that? आपका पता क्या है बोले तो क्या बोलते? खाली हाउस नंबर 10.5 बोलते क्या?
Yes, yes, sir.
Will you say like that?
No,
Deepak,
sir. No, sir. No, sir.
why I am calling it's an address? That means it consisting of so many information in this. That is, if you say that, say your engineering registration number, your ID is there. Say you are given 19, some AB, some 23 or O 453. 10 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is ID you are saying. That means it is identifying you. Identifying IP means not a number. It is the address to identify the host in the network. It will identify that this is the host. In this group, this is the host. Why I am calling it is a host? Suppose you are given your engineering number is this. Will you say to any organization that I have studied, I joined in this year, I joined in this university, I joined in this college? Will you say that? Will you say to interviewer or will you say background checking guys? You won't specify anything. This number itself is indicating. This address itself is indicating. This is indicating that very first number indicates that bus you are joined in the engineering in the year 2019. This is the university, which university you have joined, which course you are in this. This is the code for the course. And this is the college code. So college code, university and everything is defined here in this way. And this year is this. Suppose you consider your friend will have this number is same. Correct or not? Only this number will vary. Have you verified anytime your friend Deepak?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. This number will be same in your college, in your class. This number is same. Only this number will vary. Correct or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yours is 453, some other is 454, 455, like that. Only this number will vary.
Yes,
Your
sir.
college, your class, only this number is same. That means you are belongs to one group. That group is defining here. But this is 19 year you have joined, so and so university you have joined. So this is what you are calling identification of that network, identification of this host. You won't say to university, you won't say to your HCL that I joined in this college in this year. By seeing this number itself, I came to know that which college you are, which group you are, which university you are, and which year you have joined. This is what you are calling identifying. That's why I'm calling it is an address. It explain your full details there. So this is the ID. How I am defining, that means your group belongs to this. So this group I am calling it is group is nothing but what? Network. Net ID. This is the group. In this, who are that person means your number is say 453 is your number. This is your host ID. In India, if you take, all are defined with these 10 numbers only. One defines the network ID, one defines the host ID. That you know it, but how to computer should understand that up to this point I have to take network ID, up to this point I have to take host ID. That will be defined by using the subnet mask. If I write 2255s, then it will take my network ID is 10.0, not 10. If I write 3255s, then it will take my network ID is 10.0.0, not 10. So that
Sir,
is
I
the
have a
reason.
question.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, we are using subnet mask of different types. Sir, is there any like if the class is A or B or C, I have to choose a default
This
subnet mask for that class, or
this
we
is
can
the
use any.
default. This is the default. Whatever I have written is the default. But you can change this. Mine is not default. If you see my number, mine is not default. We have segregated into different groups. That's why my number is not what I call 2255. My number is this. That means here I'll consider my network is this, not 172.16. That means I divided my network. That's why I'm getting that. If I won't divide the network, then it will be 172.16.0.0. For this, what the subnet mask I have to use? Default means it's a class B 255.255.0.0. Understood, Deepak?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Anyone who have any more doubts? Okay. Now this is IP address. This is subnet mask. But here two are there. Suppose you think this is not there. Two routers I connected like this. Okay. So how this knows that suppose it is a US end projects. Here the people who are working for this, they have to go like this, or who are of UK people, they will go like this. Suppose you see. So how this system should know that I have to go like this or get the packets like this. It's not cable TV. Simply connect one cable so that you will have the connection. You have to inform that you have to go like this and get the packets like this. So this is acting, this device is acting as what? Unless I don't tell to my system how to go out and how to get the packets into that, this system won't connect to any of other systems because it doesn't know that. So any system, when I want to say, these three are important. One is what is IP address, what is subnet mask, what is gateway. So gateway is one which tells to this computer that you have to get the packets like this, or you have to send the packets like this. So any device which is acting as a to send the packets in and out of the network, that we call it as a gateway. There is no public or there is no private or nothing at all. So gateway. Without this gateway, it doesn't understand how to go out or how to come into this. Suppose you are in the room. I have three doors. So I locked the three doors. So how you know that which door you have to come and which door you have to go? There I have written this is the entry door, this is the exit door. So that you will come in that way and go in that way. So that is the what you call it as a civil side. But when you come for the electronic side, I had to specify that using this device, you send the packets out and get the packets in. So this is called the gateway. Gateway is the device which sends packets in and out of the network. Without that, it doesn't understand how to send the packets in and out of the system. That's why for this I'll write gateway for this is what? Gateway for this I'll say 10.0.0.50. Then this will go like this. For this I will say you have to use this gate. What is that gate? 10.172.16.6. Then it will send the packets like this and this. Suppose this is this. I connected like this. Okay. Then what happens? All the devices should send the packets like this only and get the packets through this device only. Then for all these system, this is will become the gateway. For this is the gateway for 172, for this gateway for this. Here I will write the rule. Those who are coming from send 10, you send like this. Those who are coming from 172, you send the packet like this. But here the gateway is for all the systems, gateway is this because through this only the packets are going out and coming into this. In the previous case, the packets are going like this. So try to understand one thing, that is here I used the router is the gateway. Now here I used the, if I connect this, then gateway is what? This device is the gateway. Any device which is sending the packets in and out of the network, that device is the gateway. Now it has become switch, become gateway. If CC is not there, then this will become the gateway. So the gateway I have to mention to each and every time to all the computers that how it has to get the packets of this network. The device which is responsible to get the data in and out of the network, that device we call it as gateway. Clear what is gateway? What is this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Other guys,
Yes, sir.
all are clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So to define in the network, first of all, any system I want to connect into the network, I should give these three: IP address, subnet mask, and gateway. Don't say number. IP address is not the number. It's not the numeric number. It is an address. When I say an address, address means it is consisting some more information. That is saying some other thing, which group it belongs, whether it is a class A or class B or class C addresses. Where is this network? This will be indicated at this point. Okay, that is what the network, that is what the gateway. Now I will go with some other. The router, you asked, you said something about the router. Okay, take this router. How router will communicate to this network? Okay, we will have this. Say, if you consider any of the ISP, Internet Service Provider, it's a bunch of routers like this. So many routers are connected in this network. Airtel means Airtel will have this type of routers connectivity. These are all connected to their network. Okay, I will say this is connected like this. So this is their network. Search. This is the Airtel network. Now my router is here. I connected to my Airtel connection. All my network is connected to Airtel connection. That means here this is my office. Okay, this is my office. The Airtel guy will provide one router to me, or I will take some firewall and I'll connect this firewall to this Airtel router. In the ISP, all these routers are connected in all the ways. Then I'll see this. This is how they are connected. So I'll take this outline. Okay. So this is the connectivity they have provided between the routers. Like this, a connection is here to here, or connection is from here to here. All the ways, not only one single path. It will connect in all directions, that is from here to here, and from this side to this side, this side to this side. In all possible ways, your systems or your network is connected. Your routers are connected there. Okay. Why we are calling it is a router? What is mean by the router? What it means? Why I am calling it is a router? Anyone knows? They all will have R1, R2, R3, R4 like this. This is my network, my organization network. Say this is my network, my organization. And another organization you want to connect, or another server you want to connect. So this is another network they have connected. Say he also connected to the Airtel itself. Then different network, then I will say first let us understand. Say this is also connected to this network. Here also it is connected to this network. Here also they have one router for this guy. Router or firewalls that they have here for their network. Like this is the real connectivity in the industry. I am taking a connection from that network means I'll connect these two routers of that network. That is, I am connecting to my own network. This is another organization. I'll say this organization is of different color we will use. Okay, it's not there. Leave about it. Okay, shape, find this. Say this, I'll fill that with. This is another organization. Say this is one organization. This is one organization. So I want to connect these two organizations through one internet service provider. Say call it as Airtel. This is the Airtel network. In the Airtel ISP, the routers are connected like this. First of all, what is router? So this is what I want to speak to you. So why we are calling it as a router? The router is nothing but which routes your packet from one network to that's why we are calling it is a router, which is routing the packets from this network. But switch, it won't route outside. It will only within the inside of the network. It can transfer the data. It is not having ability to recognize outside the network. That's why I'm using this router, which routes your packet from this to other network. This other network I said like this. So what is this consist? Simply it's a cable connection from here to here. It's not like that. Say suppose your each router I'll mention the names as R1 and R2. Say this is R1 router and say it is R2 router. Okay. Say where is that? Say it is R7 or R8, whatever you say. The router name. Router name is nothing but your IP addresses that I will use. Public IP addresses. Say this is router 7. Next is router 2, you say. Say it is router 3. Next is say it is a router 4. Next you say it is a router 5. 6 is not there, just you take it for granted, router 5. And this router I'll call it as my network, router of my network, RM I'll call, router of my network. Another is router of other network or other organization. Oh, other network. All are connected like this. So here we will use the protocols, how it has to send the data from this network to this network. How it knows that my network is here, my network is here, or my network is here. So router will maintain one table. So what table it maintains is, it maintains a routing table. Like this, it maintains one table. What is that? This RM, sorry, I don't know. So this table, it will maintain a table like this. Say, this is like this, we have a table. Each router, not one router, each router will maintain the table connection. That means how this RMN, so R of my network connected to this R0, one path is what? R7, R8, R5 and R1. So it will maintain the route like this. R7, R8, next RON. This is one path I have. Similarly, to reach this, I have another path. What is that path? RMN, R7, R3, R5, ROM. So here I'll say RMN to R7. Next is R3. It is saying that this is the connections I have from R3 to R4, from R4 to R5, R5 to or other network. Like this, it will maintain all these, whatever the connections that adds with this. This will maintain, this will maintain, this will maintain this type of routing tables. And it will exchange that routing tables between this. Bus, I have this path, I have this path, I have this path, this path. Each router will take this every 30 seconds. Every router will transport that what routing, what routing they have, or how the connections are there with them. If I ping from here to here, then it will check that, okay, which path I got to choose, this path or this path or this path, this path. Sometimes you may face that if you browse anything, you will have no network. Again, refresh, you will get that web page. Have you ever observed this type of things? Have you observed? Sometimes you won't get connect. If you refresh the browser, you will get that browser information what you want. That means while it is transmitting this information, this link may go down. Already it has shown this link is there. So your packet will transfer like this. By the time it reach, the link is failed, though it won't connect. Then if you refresh, then this data will update. This is failed. You can transfer the data from here to here like this, or you can transfer the data from here, or from here. So all possible routes it will exchange between each routers, so that this will find out the destination where is my router, where is my destination. Clear. Suppose if it is an Amazon, then it will say this is an Amazon network. So this is an Amazon network. So how it will say, see that. So how it knows that. So my server is at where you say mm, German, Frankfurt. I kept one server on the data center. This is my server. So path, you see how the path is going there. So for that trace out IP address of that number 65.32.2.2. So it will find out where is the my router, which path I had to take my router. So here you will see that how router is sending the packets from which device to which device, or what is the path for that. So this is the path, whatever I said. How that path is established, it will show that. So first is my 70s gateway. This is my address, this one. Then it has to go to where I connected. Then it has to go in this. So this is what this is said. So I connected to Active Fiber. From there it is going to VSNL Hyderabad network. Then it will take some other path. This router has not advertising their IP address. That's why you are getting requested timeout. It has to complete the trace. Then it has gone to London, you see. That means it is going to the London network. From Hyderabad, it has transferred. You will get somewhere here Bombay or Chennai. Bombay and Chennai is the India gateways. It will transfer out of India. Then it has gone to this London. From there it has gone to this. From there it will go to this VLAN 56. This is the Frankfurt network. I kept my thing. So it has reached to that. So it is showing this is the path I am going out. This is the path I am using. Similarly, trace out say Amazon.in. So to connect the Amazon, very first you see every time first it has to start out from the gateway of 70s, then crop, then it will go to some other points. So first of all, it has to get out of my network, means it has to cross this mine gateway, then this where I connected to my server to the ISP. These two first it will get. Then it will show how it is moving to reach this destination. So it is showing this. Because Amazon network, it is not showing the real router addresses. Let's say you are getting requested timeouts. Or I'll say another Google.com. All the time first is my gateway 70s gateway, then Act Fiber is connected to my system, then how it is going to that broadband of Act Fiber, then how it is reaching to that google.com or gmail.com. It will show us what is the path it is taking to reach that network. This is the way how the The router is connecting to the other networks. That's why we are calling a router, which is routing the packets from one another to other. So how it routes mean? We will use the protocols. We will use the protocols called dynamic routing protocols. What are these dynamic routing means? One we call it as RIP, one we call it as IGRP, and one we call it as EIGRP, one we call it as OSPF, one we call it as BGP. This is the important one, BGP, Border Gateway Protocol. So that means I want to connect from Airtel to some other network. This is Airtel network. I have some other network, VSNL network or Reliance network. This is my Reliance network. Suppose you say this is my Reliance network. So how Airtel and Reliance should be connected? So between these two, I'll keep one router and I'll configure the protocol. This border it has to transfer. So border gateway protocol or bridge gateway protocol, people will call this. So like this, here I am using, sorry, using the two different ISPs. I am connecting to one ISP to other ISP. Okay. This is also again here also some other routers. So each router is connected and we are using this type of protocols in that so that it is connecting to this. Okay. This is connected Google network. Or I want to connect another is resort, say yahoo.com. So all the time you see every time first it is crossing my gateway, then it is crossing that area. Then it will go accordingly. So this is the way it is choosing its path. The router is choosing its path to reach the destination. To find out that path, I am using a command called traceart. So how my system is reaching to the destination, that I can check using that command. So this is the way how a system is connected to another system or this. Clear now what is the gateway, what is the purpose of this, or what is the purpose of your Airtel or this, how they are connecting, what is the difference between gateway and router. All are clear in this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No? Hope now your, what is this? So now your connection is, sorry, now your, whatever the doubts in connection side, I think clarified. All are clarified or you want some other things? Or totally mine has got in different way? Too. Okay,
Clarified, sir.
good. So anything, any more thing you want to ask? Similarly, I'll ask one question. What is difference between this switch? Why we are using switch instead of hub?
So basically, sir, switch filter filters the data, but hub doesn't.
Who said switch won't filters the data? Firewall will do that. Switch will never filter any data, which is no way concerned with the data. 2 minutes. సరే అదే డైరెక్ట్ కనెక్ట్ అయినట్టుంది బస్సు నీకు కాల్ ఏమంట ఎవడు కిషోర్ గడా చూడమని ఏమో చూసి డబ్బులు ఇచ్చి తీసుకోమని చూడమని చెప్పు చూసి తీసుకోమను ఓకేనా రవి ఆఫీస్కి వచ్చిండు గారు వస్తే ఏమయ్యారా అబ్బాయి చూడు పొయ్యి అంటే సరే రేపు ఎవరన్నా తీసుకుపోయి చూస్తాను అన్నాడు ఓకేనా ఇద్దరు ఎవరు వస్తే వాళ్ళు బెస్ట్ కదా రెండు సిస్టాలు అవి సర్వర్లు చూడు ముందరున్న 2 సిస్టాలు అవి డెస్క్ టాప్లు కావు అంతే ముందు 2 సిస్టాలు పెద్దవి ఉన్నాయి కదా అవి సర్వర్లు ముందు ఆ వైట్ కలర్ ఉన్నాయి చూసినావు వైట్ కలర్ పట్టి ఉన్నాయి చూసినావా అవి సర్వర్లు పెద్దగా ఉంటాయి వీటికన్నా ఓకేనా ఓకే గురు ఓకే చూద్దాం ఓకే రాను బస్సు నేను ఎందుకు వస్తాను నేను ఓన్లీ సాటర్డే సండే ఫస్ట్ చూడమని ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయో చూడమని ఎన్ని పని చేస్తాను ఎన్ని పని చేయట్లేదు ఫస్ట్ అది కావాలి కదా కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ ఏంటి రాసుకో అంతే 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 ఓకేనా ఓకే సరిగా ఐ హావ్ అనదర్ కాల్ యా now you said something Deepak switch will deliver switch will
Sir, actually, switch am I audible, sir?
yeah you are audible
So, sir, actually, switch is forwards the data based on MAC address.
okay how it forwards the data based on MAC address
So, actually, it will create a MAC IP table, and after
okay.
that, it forwards the data.
Okay. It creates or it will be created in the switch?
It's automatically created in the after we connected the device in
Okay.
that.
Okay. What about other?
So hubs forward to every system in a local network.
Don't say forward to every system. You are correct.
Sends
Forward to
the
every. No. You have to say broadcast, not forward. You have to say broadcast to that,
Okay.
not forwarding to this. Okay. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. చెప్పరా అక్కడ ఉన్నావు దాంట్లో ఉన్నావా ఓకే లేరా కొన్నావా అది కొన్నావా అది బ్లాక్ కలర్ది ఫైన్ ఓకే రాత్రికి మాట్లాడదాం ఎట్లయితే ఉంటావా ఈరోజు దీంట్లోనే ఉంటావా ఇంటికి వెళ్ళిపోతావా okay so the wording what you are using should be technical. It sends to all, won't beautify your answer. It broadcast. Broadcast is nothing but sending to all is broadcast. But the way in which you say instead of sending to all, if you use broadcast, it will be the good one. Okay, Sandeep. Sandeep, tell me you want to speak something.
Sir, hub is broadcasting every time, but switch is only broadcast once it is connected, or once a new device is connected to it.
Okay.
Maybe.
So if you say that, you will be first in the interview. I will ask 100 questions in that. So only the thing what you have to say is switch will maintain the MAC table when request goes. It only connects to that. It only connects to that port. How that maintains, I think somewhere here I have written for those guys. Yeah. So this is that. So when it wants to give hub, it will send packets to all. Suppose this wants to send this. If it is a 8 port, it will deliver 8 packets. So traffic is more. So that there is a collision. That word should come. It will broadcast. What happens if broadcast? I will ask the question. I will ask that. What happens broadcast? Okay, bus broadcasted. This is only I am getting in 500 rupees, that I will get around 75,000 to 2 lakhs. Why should I have to purchase? So if it is broadcast, what happens? Tell me, broadcast, what happens?
Sir, if
Sir,
the
collision
information,
between devices.
Yeah, collisions, that is important. Why I am not using the hub means there is a collisions. Because of this broadcast, collisions is happening. When collisions is happening, it won't transfer the data. But whereas the switch, if you take, it will maintain this type of MAC table. So whenever the request is came, the first request will go to this MAC table. Bus one wants to connect to the 5. So where is that 1, and what is the MAC address of the 1, MAC address of the 5? Then it only gives the connection, establish the connection between those two. Then data transfer will takes place. That means here it is two systems are connecting, means what? If it is an 8 port, then each will generate 8 packets. So only two systems are connecting. Here 16 packets have generated, where here only one packet has generated. So there is no collisions. Here there is a collisions. Hub will broadcast so that there is a collisions. Because of collision, communication is or connection is not fair or not good. If it is a switch, this maintains a MAC table. It will connect only to that intended host, so there won't be no collision. So these two words should come. First is switch will maintain one MAC table. According to this MAC table, it will connect to the intended position, intended host. See words what you will use, that gives beauty to your answer. Intended port, then only that system will connect, you will have the connectivity. Clear? That's why there is no collision. So here I have given another, what is this physical switch or router hub. Similarly, what is the gateway to this? Why we are having class A, class B or class C address? Why it requires two network IDs, one network ID, three network IDs? This I explain here. Okay, I think your sir might have explained this. Okay, this is how the DHCP process will takes place. Okay, leave about it. Okay, that's what your answer should be, in such a way that correct answer or precise answer, and it should be very clear to the audience who are listening to you. The very first I said, you said some public IP, private IP. There is, I will ask so many questions. If you say like that, I will ask, then tell me what is public, what is private. Why we are calling it as a public or private IP. I have an IP addresses. Why I have to divide this as a public and private? Or I will ask so many questions where you cannot answer that. So your answer should be precise. Answer to the point. Don't go with some other answers which you cannot explain. Getting my point? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Any more doubts you have? We have explained what is router, what is switch, how the router is communicating to other networks. I think you are clear at that point. How the router is connecting to other networks. All are clear on this, or anyone?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt between difference of IPv4 and IPv6. Why actually we use IPv6 if we have IPv4?
Okay, very good question. So if you take IPv4, first of all, what is this IP means? I am defining the host, that many networks I have. The initially we have defined the IPv4 with 32 bits. That means how many number of devices I can take with this 32 bits. So maximum I can take 2 power of 32 numbers. This many addresses only it will generate. It won't generate that. Suppose I connected one mobile. It is having some IP address. I connected some Wi-Fi printer. That is also IP address. Another connected this. So like this, each device when I connect, the devices addresses I have to define. So in the early stages, there is no such huge demand on the devices which are we are connecting is not there. That's why at that time only 2 power 32 addresses is sufficient. Only 2 power 32 addresses are there. Nowadays, now you are using IoT devices. That means I am connecting my car tire, I am connecting my AC, I am connecting my what you call motor. I am connecting each and every device which is existing on the in the world. So now how to identify that? I need some address. That means the address space is increasing. That means number of devices that I am connecting is increasing. So this is not sufficient. 2 power 32 addresses are not sufficient. Then we have gone for IPv6, which is 128 bits. So that I can identify how many 2 power of 128 addresses I can define. That's why I'm moving from IPv4 to IPv6. Here also we have IPv4 is also network and host ID. Here also network and host ID. To define this 128 bits here, what I did hexadecimal number, not binary numbers. I am defining hexadecimal addresses. Clear, boss? What is the why I am using this 32 and 64? Sorry, V6. Somebody have given some message, I think. Okay, that PPT you want, I'll share it. I'll share it because the way in which he explained is different. The way in which I explain may be different, so you may get confused. But anyway, I'll share that one. No problem. Anything was clear?
Yes, sir.
Any more doubts? This also I'll ask one question. For this, you have studied straight cable and cross cable. When I connect my switch to system, I will use straight cable. Switch to the switch to router when I want to use to build my network. So I am using cross cable. That means here, if you see from here to here, I am using cross cable. Here to here, I am using the cross cable, not the straight cable. Why I had to use that straight cable, not the cross cable there? Anyone?
No, sir.
You will have this type of questions in this. So switch to router also. I will use cross cable, not the straight cable. So why I had to use that cross cable here? Any idea? Think of it. We will have some break so that you will relax for some time. So 12:30 it is now. 12:40 is fine. We'll have a break up to 12:40. I'll be there by 12:40. Don't think that I'll come by 1 o'clock. So we will take a break up to 12:40. I'll continue my session. By that time, you try to check why I use cross cable for this. Why not this? Okay, check that. లోకి ఉంటాం. మాట్లాడతాం రా, నీతో చిన్న కౌన్సిలింగ్ చేద్దామని. యు ఆర్ ఆల్వేస్ వెల్కమ్. నీట్గా రమ్మని. రమ్మని. నేను చెప్పేది నేను చెప్తాను కాదండి, ఏమన్నా అంతే కదా. అంటే నేను 2 నుంచి 1:30 నుంచి ఫ్రీ ఉంటా, 1:30 నుంచి 2:30 వరకు ఉంటా, లోపల వచ్చి. ఓకే, బాయ్. బాయ్. Okay, guys. So what we have discussed about this. So now you are clear, I think, why we need IPv6 instead of V4. Who is that guy? Asked the question. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Your voice is very low here. Unable to hear you. Okay. Similarly, he may ask what is the difference between say I have 32-bit operating system or 32-bit OS or a 64-bit OS. So why I have to use this? You are saying your Windows 2008 is both is there 32 and 60. After 8, you are only getting 64-bit address. So what it means actually? So my operating system, when I say this also, I am building an application, building an app in this. In the olden days, what happens? The app will have less what you call modules. Now when I come to this, now my app is having so many integration. Suppose my app is there, suppose I want to pay the money to some other guy. I'm using either phone pay or Paytm or some other things. So I have to integrate all these gateways. Or mine is that some people are using their applications. So that means suppose you go for any of the e-commerce site. Suppose you want to purchase the some cloths. What we will do? We will keep them in the wish list. That means these are we can do once we have money, we can purchase this. Like that we are keeping. That means there is a separate storage part as key. So many ways I can access the application. So the number of ways the application is accessing is increasing. That means their size is increasing, their addressing is increasing. Then this 32 bits is not sufficient for that. That's why I am going from here. I can say my application is 32 bits. Maximum I use monolithic application. When you come to the modern applications, you are listening about microservices. So each is a different services I am including. Total this I am taking total module as one service, and that service I am introducing there. So my way of defining the application has increased. So the address locations are increased, and the memory locations are increased. Then I cannot 32-bit memory locations are different, 64-bit memory locations are different. As my application is increasing, my memory location should more. That's why I'm going for 32-bit to 64-bit addressing system. So my operating system is built with 64-bit operating system. Clear? Why we need that? Okay. Any more? Sandeep, you want to say something?
No, sir.
Sandeep Kaur. Okay.
Sir, you
He's,
asked about cross cable and straight cable.
yeah. Straight cable and cross it's just a general knowledge. So when I talk about two devices I am connecting, that means when I talk about a device, suppose this is the device. So this device, when I say this is device 1, say this is device 2. That means switch and system I am connecting. Two different systems. Okay. Every device connecting means it is transferring some data, it is receiving some data. If two different devices are there, then the transmitting end is this, and say this is the receiving end for that. Similarly, for these devices, this is the transmitting end and this is the receiving end. If I connect, that means this path is different. Receiving will come here, transmission will come here. So two different things when I take, then my connection will go transmission to receiving automatically. Similarly, for this receiving to transmission, it will go. But if two are same devices, then same devices, I am switch to switch. When I say router to router or switch to router, when I say the transmission end of this is here, this is the transmission end, and say this is the receiving end. This is the receiving end. What happened to this? Okay. This is my receiving end of this. Sorry, transmission. Similarly, for this guy, we have another transmission end and receiving end. So this is the transmission terminal, this is the receiving terminal. Two same devices, if you take this transmission terminal is at the same place as that of the other device. If I use a straight cable, what happens? Transmission will go to transmission end. Receiver will goes to receiver end. Communication establishes if it is like this. Transmission is going to transmission end, receiver is going to receiver end. Communication establishes. Say I am talking, you are also talking. So whether data will reach you, you are transmitting, I am transmitting. Data will reach you.
No, sir.
No, if I
No, sir.
transmit, it should receive by you. If you transmit, I have to receive that. That's why what I will do, I'll use a cross cable. For the same devices when I am using, I have to use a cross cable. So transmission should come to receiving end and receiving end should come to the transmission end. That's why if I use the same devices, this crossing is happening. That's why I'll call it is a cross cable. Clear? Is it clear? Or you want me to explain
sir.
once again? Clear. Any more things that you want to ask me?
Sir, can you explain again one time?
Which one? This one.
The cross one.
Cross. Suppose if I use a straight cable. Suppose I connected the cable like this. So what is that connection I have given? This connection has become what? I am connecting transmission to transmission. Similarly, if I connect one straight cable, sorry, that means this device transmission terminal, I am connecting to another device transmission terminal. This device receiver terminal, I am connecting to receiver terminal. So will this data will transfer like this?
No.
No, it won't transfer. Why it won't transfer? Because it will only ability to send the data out. It cannot receive. That's why what I have to do? I have to connect my transmission line to other device receiving line. Similarly, receiving end of one device I have to connect to the transmission line. So here my cable is crossing. It's not straight. So that's why I'll call it is a cross cable. Why I had to cross means this is the purpose. The transmission should go to the receiving end, receiver should go to the transmission end. For the devices, same devices, transmission lines are at the same pin number, receiver lines also same pin number. If I use the straight connection, transmission will go to transmission, receiver will go to receiver. So it cannot transfer. That's why I had to connect transmission to receiving, means I had to cross my cable. This is what you call it as the cross cable. Same devices I had to cross. If different devices, I had to use the straight cable.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Yes.
Manshu, your name is that. Okay. So anything that you want to ask? Clear what I discussed so far, at least?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So because they are the trainers, they have explained very neatly for you guys, but I am not the training part. I'm into a practical side. So I have explained you. I hope you understood all these things. Hope you understood what I explained clearly. Why we are calling router, what is the difference between the gateway and router, what is the gateway, what is the purpose of the gateway, what is subnet mask, why I have to use subnet mask. Without subnet mask, it doesn't understand that where is my network, or where is my host in this network. So to segregate that, where is the host and where is the network, I need subnet mask. Only this single line answers is required. Don't give so many things that when we ask the question, your answer should be to that point. So why I have to use subnet mask means to segregate the, or the purpose of the subnet mask is to segregate the network ID and host ID. So to identify the host in the network, I have to separate network ID, host ID. Suppose somebody say Ajit name or Himanshu name or Kaur name, Sandeep Kaur name I want. So it may be in the Hyderabad branch or it may be in the Noida branch. How I have to define that? This Sandeep or this. So this Sandeep and this guys have to define. Is it or not? చెప్పస్ సరేలే షూర్ 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 ఓకే so somewhere I am here. So this is how you have to explain this. The interview question when they ask, the answer should be correct to that point. If I ask DHCP, what is DHCP? Simply you have to say that DHCP is the service which assign the IP addresses dynamically to the host. Don't say any other beyond that. So if you say any more things, then you will be in the trouble. If he asks what is the process is going on, how the DHCP process is going on, if I ask particularly, then you say that this is that the process is that whatever you say, discover, offer, and request acknowledgement, this process you have to say. So that process I will tell you this DHCP process where I have given for Hyderabad batch, I think. This is how you have to explain the DHCP process, how the DHCP process is required, what I had to do at client side, what I had to do at the server side, what that process is going on here. So how it is requesting, how it is rejecting, what it is sending. This is what you have to explain. What is this MAC and what is this? This is very important. ARP protocol. What is the purpose of the ARP protocol, address resolution protocol? Why you require this address resolution protocol? Only is this. You have to explain. This is the way how the process is running. So this is I explain the DHCP process, how to process this. So this is the way how neat, that's it. That means answer to the point. There is no other things. So I have this type of IP address. Then what I have to do? So this is the two commands you have to use. Then how I am using Wi-Fi router to connect the your DHCP services. Linksys router, how I am using. What is this? Okay. What is an outlook when you say? So how you say what is an outlook here? Is it completed? Outlook completed or not?
No, sir, not yet.
No. Then he will explain, I think so. Okay, actually I thought today we will discuss about VPN connection and this. So before that he said you have some doubts, please clarify that. So I think whatever the doubts you have, I have clarified to some extent. Have you clarified with your doubts?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So one more, if time permits, if we give one more session, I will take virtual private network, how the VPN configuration is needed, why we need VPN configuration. This I'll discuss if he permit me to take the session tomorrow or some other day, I'll explain clearly on that. B things. I think you are. There is a lot of ambiguity I'm finding IP addresses or some other things. So Deepak said something, then I said it's not correct, then he corrected that. That means that ambiguity, you should not say numbers or like that. If number is there means I can say 1,20,000, 1,30,000. Shall I give like that? That is not the number, it is identifying. That means it is saying that you belongs to this group, this number, this group, this person. This is IP address. You have to understand the network like that. Then you will resolve the issues. Then you can resolve the issues. Why I am writing? What is the purpose of writing this? What is gateway? Why I have to define the gateway? Simply don't read it as it, okay, boss, this is 2 marks question, 1 mark question. This is not like that. You have to work on that. So you should prepare well. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Shall we leave for the day?
Yes.
Okay. You note down your doubts. If next time I will, if he permit me to take the next session, I will take that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good luck to all
Thank you.
guys here. Bye to this.